Happy Halloween. Yes, I know it's October 1st, but I firmly believe that Halloween should be a month-long celebration. So to that end, for the entire month of October, Tales from the Butch Side will be presenting Hack-toberfest. I will be reviewing some of the most beloved horror movies of all time. Classics such as Creepshow 2, Children of the Corn, Lost Boys, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and of course, the gold standard of Halloween movies, Halloween. And I'm going to squeeze in a few shortcuts just for good measure. But to kick things off, I want to do something a little different. I know this is a movie review channel, but I love television just as much as movies. And I figured, in the spirit of Halloween, I would talk about some of the moments from my childhood where television just scared the bejesus out of me. Honestly, considering the restrictions that television has, it can be a great source for horror, especially if you're a gullible little kid like I was. Now, this was just a drunk driving PSA, but that's why it scared me. I didn't see it coming, it's just a freaking commercial. 8-year-old me was just chilling on the carpet, playing with my constructs, waiting for Muppet Babies to come back on, and all of a sudden, holy shit! I gotta change my Darth Vader underoos. Now, I was a huge fan of the Ray Bradbury Theater growing up, and I still am today. It's a great show. But this is probably the only episode that genuinely gave me the willies. Basically, you got a couple staying in a hotel. The gal says, "Hey, have you ever played a game called Gotcha?" The guy's like, that's a weird name for sex, but okay, whatever, I'm down. Now, it's mostly just Saul Rubnik sitting around waiting to get laid. But the climax was genuinely scary.
Oh, John. Oh, honey. Oh, honey, don't cry. Don't cry.
This is just great horror. Who remembers Alfred Hitchcock Presents? Growing up, I was a fan of both the original and the reboot, and this is one of the standout episodes. You got a woman doing life in prison, and she cons the kindly old man who works the prison morgue to stuff her in the next outgoing casket, and then go dig her up after dark.
Bury me, Doc. The next time somebody dies, I want you to bury me with her in the cemetery. And then when nobody's around, I want you to come dig me up.
Foolproof plan, right? Well, it ends about how you would expect. But 10-year-old me didn't see that coming, and that genuinely freaked me out. Now, Tales from the Crypt is an awesome show. It is one of my favorites. But like Creepshow, it's an homage to EC comics of the 50s and honestly relied more on humor than actual horror. And that's by no means a complaint. They did it beautifully. But this one episode was genuinely scary. Basically, you gotta... Honey, Daddy's making a video. Okay, listen. If you don't let him record, then we don't get any ad revenue. And he can't buy you bacon, okay?
What ad revenue?
It's gonna happen. I got 17 subscribers. So basically, you got a Geraldo Rivera ripoff who's doing an expose on a supposedly haunted house. But guess what? The house is actually haunted.
Oh my God, it's Trip. Horton? Horton, who's got the camera? Oh, Jesus!
Now, there's nothing inherently scary about an old woman with a chainsaw, but this is such an intense scene. They did it so well. I was 14 when I watched this. At that point, it took quite a bit to give me goosebumps, but this episode managed to pull it off. I'm sure we all know this one, where Telly Savalas battles a demonic doll. It is absolutely one of Twilight Zone's most famous episodes.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
What makes it scary for me was growing up, my sister had this creepy-ass fucking doll named Mrs. Beasley. I hated that thing. It would just sit in the corner and stare at me. I know it was alive. And then, just recently, I come to find out that my sister still has that creepy thing, and it is in a storage loft above my bed. I've been sleeping under that creepy-ass bitch for like a year.
Butchie, come play with me. Butchie, come play with me.